Today, we're going to be working on getting a month ahead, what that means, and the steps that we need to take to get there. Let's get into this video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Almost Organized Owl, where we are on a mission to get organized in our finances through budgeting, cash stuffing, and savings challenges. If that is something that interests you, please stick around. So today's video is going to be slightly different from the videos that I've done in times past. We are working on getting a month ahead and what that means, what that looks like, and the steps that we need to take to get there. There are many people in the budgeting community who are working on getting a month ahead. They're doing it bits and pieces, a little at a time, and so forth. But what does that actually mean? What does it mean to actually be a month ahead? So the goal of being a month ahead is being able to pay this month's bills with last month's income or income that you saved up previously for this month's bills, so that we're breaking that paycheck to paycheck cycle. And so what the plan is for me to work on breaking that paycheck to paycheck cycle and bringing you guys along for the journey. One of the key prerequisites to getting a month ahead is having a working budget. And I'm emphasizing the word working budget because you want to have a budget that's actually working for you and your family, not a budget that you're just writing things down and then you forget about it and then you're spending money that you don't have, or you're constantly having to put things on a credit card when you don't intend to, or your account is overdrafting because there's insufficient funds there. That's not a working budget. If you have a budget, working on trying to identify the areas in your budget that, you go over a little bit, but you have somewhere else to pull from, that's different. That's any budget, and that's totally fine. But we want to make sure that we have a working budget, a budget whereby that you've listed out your bills, you've listed out your expenses, and you got a pretty good idea of what those are from month to month. At this point, when you have a working budget, you know what works. You have an idea of what you need in order to achieve your financial goals each month. And that's essentially what a working budget does for us. So now that we have established that we need a working budget and we've gotten that step down, now we can identify which way that we would like to get a month ahead. So there are several ways that I have researched to get a month ahead. Now, I want to pause here and say, I am not a financial advisor. I am a woman, a wife, a mom who is on a mission to get our finances organized. So I'm giving you advice on what I plan to do and what's working for us, or what we plan to do to try to make it work for us. But do your own research. Okay. There are at least 3 different ways that you can get a month ahead. And one of them, the first way that we're going to be talking about today, is 1 month ahead in your income. So some people save an entire month's worth of their income, and that's what they consider being a month ahead. They will have that amount in a high yield savings account, and they will keep that amount there and then use that amount as what they use to pay their bills and things like that. And that's their version of getting 1 month ahead, is saving 1 month of income. Now, that is definitely #goals, right? So the example is, if you are paid bi-weekly and you make $1,000 each time that you get paid, what you have in your savings account would essentially be $2,000, because that would be 1 month's worth of your income. The second way that we can get a month ahead is to have 1 month of our fixed expenses. So that's the mortgage or rent, car note, car insurance, those sorts of things. So once we identify all of our fixed expenses, then we can total up the amount, and that is the total amount that we will want to save in our month ahead fund. And so I am going to be focusing primarily on that one. So when we say fixed expenses, I am meaning fixed expenses including all my bills. So every one of my bills are going to be categorized under my fixed expenses. Even though my utility bill may vary, my water bill may vary at times, I'm considering that one of my fixed expenses. I hope that makes sense to everybody. This particular way of getting a month ahead in saving your fixed expenses should be more achievable than saving an entire month's worth of income. But let's get to the third one. So the third way that we can get a month ahead is to save 1 month of our full expenses. And when I mean full expenses, I mean the mortgage or rent, car note, car insurance, and utilities, but also gas or transportation, groceries, any of our variable expenses in addition to the fixed expenses. And that is getting a month ahead on our full expenses. Some people desire to have all of their expenses covered for a full month. And so that's definitely goals as well. Today, we're going to be focusing on getting a month ahead in our fixed expenses. And then as we build muscle memory to be able to do that, then we can begin to build up to a month ahead in our full expenses. And then eventually, we're going to be able to get a month ahead in our income. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be amazing to have 2 months of income sitting in an account somewhere, just waiting to be used and cycled in. And if an emergency happens, then you can be able to use those funds. But that's later on down the line. Let me not get ahead of myself. Right now, we are focusing on one thing at a time, and that is getting a month ahead in our fixed expenses. How do we get a month ahead in the fixed expenses? Funds are tight. We don't have a whole lot of money to wiggle with. Each bill is barely getting paid each month. How are we going to get a month ahead when we're so tight in our resources? Here is where we start to get creative. We need to find ways to bring in extra money so that we can put towards our month ahead fund. Funds are tight. Bills can be very expensive, and the income coming in may not always meet those bills. Trust me, I get it. But we have to find some wiggle room in our budget to save some funds for this month ahead fund. Why? Because getting a month ahead is so important. Getting out of that rigor of the paycheck to paycheck cycle, having to worry if you're going to have enough money to pay your rent or your mortgage, or having that utility bill go up slightly. $50 can make or break a budget. That is not the life that we want to live. And so we have to break that cycle. And in order to do that, we have to start with getting a month ahead. One of the huge ways that we can get a month ahead for those who are paid weekly or bi-weekly, this is definitely for you. So we have something that we call the golden months, or that golden paycheck, or a magic month or a magic paycheck. But let's go with golden for now. So what that basically is an extra paycheck that happens throughout the year, twice a year for those who are working bi-weekly, and 4 times a year for those who are working, who are paid weekly, receive extra paychecks. And those extra paychecks are typically unbudgeted money, because remember, we have a working budget, and our working budget budgets our bi-weekly pay and it budgets our weekly pay. And so because we have this working budget that budgets the typical pays, that's the 2 paychecks that we receive a month or the 4 paychecks that we receive a month, then our budget covers our expenses and our bills for that month with those paychecks. So when the golden month happens, when those extra paychecks come, it's like extra income. Why? Because those funds are generally unbudgeted for, because we have already budgeted our expenses with the other money that we were getting paid. That's why it's important that we have this working budget. So we have 2 times. So in a 26-week pay cycle, your golden month may be in March and August, or it could be in May and November. And so for my family, our golden months are May and November. For those who are paid bi-weekly, your 5th paycheck will come in March, May, August, and November. So you have an opportunity to be able to get a month ahead with those paychecks. Now, essentially, some people use those golden months to actually get a month ahead in their income. They will bank that entire paycheck in both March and in August. And then by August, they will have a full month of income in their savings account. Now, if you are like me and you know that those funds, you look forward to those funds because you say, oh, I'm going to be able to do this and that with those funds, then you know that that may not be an option for you, but you can set aside a good portion of those funds to be able to save to get a month ahead in your expenses. So because there was no lifestyle adjustment in between your golden months and your non-golden months, then we should have no problem with saving some of those funds from our extra paycheck to go towards getting a month ahead. Now, if you are already a month ahead in your finances, then you can use this method to get 2 months ahead, to get 3 months ahead, just so you can have that cushion in your accounts. Okay, so I just wanted to take a look at the last time we had a golden month. The last time we had a golden month was December. We had a third paycheck. So ideally, paycheck number 1 and paycheck number 2 covers all of the bills. So we had the bills listed here, and paycheck number 1 covers all of the bills from the first paycheck into the second paycheck. And then paycheck number 2 covers all of the bills until the next month. Well, some people actually get a week ahead in their finances to kind of start them off, or a paycheck ahead rather. And Kathy over at Kathy's Cash and Coin did an excellent job of explaining how she is a paycheck ahead in her finances. And so if you feel like getting a month ahead is a little bit too daunting, it's not something that you can do right now, then work on getting a paycheck ahead. And she gives an excellent explanation of how to get a paycheck ahead. She utilizes the paycheck from the previous month to pay the bills in the next month. So if it was paycheck number 2 of November, that would have covered all of her expenses for the first half of December. And so same thing with December. Her paycheck number 1 for December covered all of her expenses for the second half of December and going forward. Now, what we are working on today is trying to get a full month ahead in our expenses so that this paycheck here that happened in December, we were able to use that paycheck in December to cover our January expenses. Okay, so that way we would not have to worry about being paycheck to paycheck for each one of our bills. Here in January, for an example, we were paid January the 12th, but the mortgage was due on the 5th. So if we were waiting for the January 12th paycheck to come in, then we would have been late in our mortgage. We would have been late on our HOA, student loan, and even the YMCA. And so that is why we have to work on getting this month ahead, or at least a paycheck ahead, so that we're not depending upon paycheck to paycheck to make sure that we pay our bills. Okay, I just wanted to give you a practical laid out example. And this is a good way to be able to lay out your bills to find out when each bill is due. The Budget Mom does an excellent job also of teaching us how to use a calendar spread to lay out your bills so you can identify which paychecks will pay which bills. And that is an excellent way to get started on organizing your finances. And I will link both of those budgeters in the description box. All right. If you are not paid weekly or bi-weekly and you would like to get a month ahead, but you don't get a golden paycheck, say you're a freelancer or someone who gets paid a variable income, or you could be somebody who gets paid once a month, and so you don't get a golden month or magic month. So in your case, what we would do is take a serious look at the budget. What can we squeeze out of that budget? What funds can we squeeze out? Is there any extra income that's coming in? Am I getting a tax refund? Am I getting a state refund? Am I getting some stimulus check that just lingered and all of a sudden it popped up in here? Am I getting a random annuity check or a bonus from working? Am I possibly getting a raise that I know about that's coming up, a 2 or 3% raise or a certain dollar amount raise? Are those things coming on the horizon? Take a look at those things. Any extra income that is unbudgeted, try to bank those resources. Try your best to put that income to the side so that you can help build your month ahead fund. Now, I understand that is easier said than done, especially when funds are extremely tight and when money comes in, you're like, yes, oh my goodness, we can finally go grab that bite to eat from whatever restaurant we've been desiring to go to for forever time. And that's okay if the funds lend itself to that. We just have to understand that getting a month ahead is super important. So we must try our best to utilize any extra funds to be able to put towards getting a month ahead. And if all else fails and you have looked at your budget and have flipped it upside down, flipped it, 6 ways from Sunday, and you can't find any extra cash to squeeze out of that budget, that's okay. What that just means is that we may need to increase our income. We may have to find ways to bring in some extra cash into the house. Garage sales are really, really tough to do if you've never done it before, but it's definitely a way to declutter your home and to try to bring in some extra income. Find a side hustle that works for you, something that is safe and that is comfortable for you, but something that you can do with a little extra time that you may have. Perhaps it's tutoring or childcare after school. Maybe all of the children can come over to your house or something like that. Some creative way that you can bring in some side hustle income to increase your income so that you can use those funds to try to get a month ahead. Because like I said before, it's important to try to break that paycheck to paycheck cycle. Now, this is not something that can happen overnight. For some people, it might, but for others, many of us, it's not a thing that's going to happen overnight. This may take you 4 months. It may take you 6 months. It may take you a year. And that's okay because you're going to wake up next month in a better position than you were in last month. And that's what we want. We want progress. And so that is what we're aiming for. Let's get into the steps that I am going to be taking to actually get a month ahead in our finances. Now that we know what it is, we know how important it is, we know what we need to do to get there. So let's get there. All right. First, we're going to start off with listing all of our bills. Each one of the bills that we have to pay on a month-to-month basis, you need to write it down. We have to find out what that total amount is that we need to have saved up so that we can get a month ahead in our finances. So I have all of my bills listed here on my bill tracker, and I use this tracker to help me to stay on top of my bills, to make sure that I am paying the bills that I need to on time and that sort of thing. So here we are. We have 12 bills listed here. And these are the 12 bills that I have to pay monthly. And these have to be paid. Okay. So the total amount needed for our bills is $4,029 a month. Now, I am taking out our student loan number 1, and I am removing the car note for now. Why? Because these two are going to be paid very, very soon, and I am excited to share that debt update with you guys. Stay tuned for that. So that's why I am removing those amounts from this total, because my goal is to get a month ahead, and I know that it's going to take me a little while, and I don't need to include these two in there because we're about to give them the boot. Okay, so then our actual amount that we need on a month-to-month basis would be $3,305. That is what we need to get a month ahead on our fixed expenses, on our bills, okay? So I would definitely encourage you to grab a sheet of paper, download this bill tracker that I have in my freebies, write down your bills. Make sure that you put the amounts, the due dates on them so that you get a total amount. We need a picture of what we need in that month to be able to fully fund our month ahead with our fixed expenses. Now, if you're going with fixed and full expenses, I have identified what that would be for us too. And like I said before, that's about $6,000 because we have about $450 to $500 a month in gas. And then we have $1,500 in groceries. I know that's very high, but we live in an area where our prices are high. and so we have to accommodate. We have to deal with those high prices. And then we also have 4 growing children. And so that increases our grocery bill as well. So we know that that's where we are. And that's definitely something that we're working towards. So you have to identify where you are so that you can put that goal in front of you to work towards that goal. All right. So let's go ahead and see what that is going to look like for us practically. This is my month ahead binder. I just got this binder from Amazon. I will put the link in the description box if you would like it. Although I recommend getting the kind with the actual snap, and I will link one of those in the description box as well, because the one with the magnetic clasp, it doesn't stay closed as well as I would like, but I've already got it, and so we're going to use what we have, right? And I purchased this a long time ago. I'm just now busting it out. All right, so I have this tracker here, and there are 24 icons on this tracker, and each icon is worth $138 for a total of $3,312. I told you guys that our total amount goal is $3,305, but we just have a little extra here. There's nothing wrong with saving a little extra. So in order to get to this lofty goal, right, it's going to take us some time, and that's okay. I'm going to be using Ren over at Mischief Managed Budget. She has a sinking funds randomizer. I'm not using it for sinking funds, but I am going to use it for my month ahead. And so I'm going to jot down each one of our bills here, and I am going to actually put our mortgage in both 11 and 12 so that that can get a little bit more love, because that's going to take a little more time to get that one built up. And so that is my plan. That is what I plan to do. I have some cash here. So we are doing some cash stuffing today. So I do apologize. This is going to be a longer video. I probably should have said that at the beginning. Maybe I'll make a note editing me to let you guys know that the cash stuffing part starts here. But yes, but I thought that information was important. It was definitely something that I found helpful in my research, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So let's see how much we are saving towards getting a month ahead. We have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. We have exactly 138 that we are putting towards getting a month ahead. I wanted to make sure that I scrounged up enough cash to have exactly the amount that we need to color at least one icon on our month ahead tracker. So there we are. All right. So to make this fun, getting a month ahead in our finances, bills are boring. But to make it fun, I figured we could roll the dice to see where we're going to put our funds and then scratch off to find out how much funds we're going to put in there. Now, honestly, I do not know what this totals to, so hopefully it does not total over the amount of money that we have, because I really don't want an IOU in my bills binder. Okay, the irony of that. All right, so this beautiful savings challenge that I am so glad that I finally got when Janelle was having her sale in December. This savings challenge is from Janelle over at Janelle Ray Budgets. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really like it a lot. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to roll the die, like I said, and jump right into it. Oh, this beautiful scratcher is from Erica over at Black and Blue. Drip by E is her website, and this was a gift from my dear Lizzie over at Busy Lizzie Budgets. Okay, let's roll. So we have 8. 8 is the YMCA, and let's see where we're going to put in 8. It's going to start here at the top, and we're putting in $4 into the YMCA envelope. All right, so $4 is going into 8. So let's grab 4. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. You guys, this is my first time doing this randomizer business, so we'll see. We will see how this goes. I made these envelopes and I made the balance trackers to go with them. So we will see. All right, so here we have YMCA. I'm just going to stick it in there like that and roll to go to the next one. So we have 4. 4 is our water and sewer. And 4, what are you getting today? So let's see. Water and sewer is number 4. I need those tabbed envelopes like Ren had so I can just easily get to the numbers. All right, let's see. We have a 7. 7 is personal loan. So how much is this personal loan going to get? And we have a while before we'll be able to get done with that one. So I'm glad that it is getting $7. Okay, so we have 5, 6, and 7. And personal loan is number 7. So we have number 5, which is car insurance. Let's see, car insurance, what are you getting from us today? $8 for car insurance. And you guys, I'm going to scratch this off completely later because it's just so pretty and I'm sure that I will use it again. So $8 going into car insurance. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Car insurance is number 5. Let's roll again. All right, mortgage needs some love. 7. We have personal loan again. Let's see what that's getting. All right, so I had to pause the video for a moment, but I went and made change. I landed on 8 for YMCA, and then I scratched 5, but I didn't have any more 5s, so I'm going to go ahead and put the 5 into YMCA. All right, so we have 10. 10 is Apple storage, and let's go ahead and scratch to see what we're putting into that. $3, that's perfect. Apple storage is now fully funded. We only paid $2.99 a month for Apple storage. That's mainly so that we can have somewhere to store our photos. I'm a big photo person. So let's grab $3, 1, 2, and 3. And Apple storage is now fully funded for the month. All right, next is 7. That's a pretty popular number, a personal loan. And personal loan is getting $10. Excellent. All right. Last one on this one. So we have $7. We have number 7, personal loan again. And that is going to be getting $2. This is a nice low income savings challenge. I'm mad that I didn't use this for Tiny Tuesday. This is so good. 7. So we have $2 going into personal loan. 1 and 2. All right, so that savings challenge from Janelle totaled up to $55. So we have about $80 or so to $83 to be exact to continue to play with. So I grabbed my mystery scratch and save, and the amounts are between $5 and $25. So a little higher amounts, move it along a little bit faster. And these scratch off stickers were supposed to be gold. they and I ended up putting the silver ones on there, so I don't mind using it since it would have been an oopsie anyway. So all right, let's go ahead, continue. Thank you all so much for sticking around with me as I navigate this saving for our month ahead. We're just going to start here at the bottom, and this is $5. And this is going into YMCA. Okay. Oh wait, $5, not $8. Oh no, I'm losing it. Okay, so $5 going into envelope 8. All right. Come on. 11. Excellent. We get to put something towards our mortgage. So $15 we get to put towards the mortgage. Woohoo. So 3, electric. Oh, we're doing good. That is 5, 10, and 15. And 1 mortgage. Excellent. All right. $25 towards the mortgage. 20 and our last 5. $3, electric again. So let's see, electric, what are you getting today? I'm gonna have to break down that 20 probably. Yep, $10 for electric. Let me just scratch again. And we'll put a little extra towards electric. So we have 15 going towards electric. Let's just put the 20 in there. Or maybe we have change. Let's see. Electric. Oh, great, we do. So we can take a 5 out. Great. And we have, I think is that 6? Yeah, that's 6. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and put the remaining amount in our envelope number 6 for cell phone and internet, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, because no need for IOUs in the bills binder. So let's move this over to the side. Okay, so let's go ahead and count up how much money we have in each envelope. I will spare you me trying to fill out my trackers. I will do that off camera, but just for the sake of finding out how much we have in each category to start us off with. So I'm going to organize the money, and let's see. In mortgage, we have $20, $30, $35, and $40 to start us off with. So that is great. Next is HOA, which got nothing. Then electric got $20, $25, and $30 for electric. That is great. And we have water and sewer. It got $1 today. Next is car insurance. Car insurance got $5, $6, $7, $8. Let's see. Next is the cell phone and internet. Got $8 as well. Then we have the personal loan. The personal loan, I believe, got a good bit. So we have 10, 15, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, and 5. $25 going into personal loan. Next is the YMCA, and it got $5, 10, 11, 12, 13, and $14. Next is Netflix, and it got $10. And then finally, Apple Storage is fully funded with $3. All right, so that is it. Oh, wait, we get to color in our tracker here, because we were able to put in $138, and so this is going to help track us towards our goal. And let's just use this purple pen. This bling pen is from Erica over at Black and Blue. So let's go ahead and just color in. Let's color in the $sign. All right, that's cool. I was skeptical. All right. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it. I just really am excited about being able to get a month ahead. And I know that getting a month ahead for some of us may seem impossible, but because funds are really, really tight right now. But if we can just realize that getting a month ahead is so important and that it is indeed possible. We just have to take a little at a time, be consistent in our stuffings, and allow time and patience to work, and we can see a difference. And if you made it to the end of this video, please leave in the comment section #month ahead, and you will be so happy that you did. If you are working on getting a month ahead in your finances, or 2 months ahead, or 3 months ahead, drop that down in the comment section. Let me know what you're doing to get a month ahead. Also, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified the next time that I upload a video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate your time, energy, and support. I thank you for visiting my Etsy shop. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. And remember that tiny amounts grow to big saving. So keep saving, you guys. We got this. We can do it. And until next time, bye.